Today we will begin adding and subtracting fractions. Please copy down the standard benchmark indicator on a clean page in your math notebook. The student will add and subtract with fractions with the same denominator. Adding like denominators. Step 1. Add the numerators. So in example A, they add 1 plus 5 and we get 6. The denominator stays the same, so it's eighths all the way across. Then write improper fractions as mixed numbers, if that's the case, and we'll look at that in example B. And then for reduce, which is just another term for simplify. So in example A, we added 1/8 and 5/8 and got 6/8. We simplify by dividing the numerator and the denominator by 2, and we get 3/4. Then in example B, they added 9/10 plus 7/10. And so they added the 9 plus the 7 and got 16/10 because the denominator stays the same. Then they wrote it as a mixed number, so 1 and 6/10. And then they simplified the fraction by dividing the numerator and the denominator by 2. So we get 1 and 3/5 as our answer. So for number 1, we're going to add the two fractions, and they've started the problem for us. So 5/12 plus 11/12 gets us 16/12, which is going to become as a mixed number 1 and 4/12. Then we need to simplify by dividing the numerator and the denominator by 4, so we get 1 and 1/3. For number 2, we have 4/5 plus 3/5, so we're going to add the numerators. 4 plus 3 is 7, so we get 7/5. The next step is to turn our improper fraction into a mixed number, so it becomes 1 and 2/5. And when we look at that, 2/5 cannot be simplified, so that's our final answer. For number 3, we have 4/9 plus 8/9, so that gets us 12/9. Then we're going to turn it into a mixed number, so we get 1 and 3/9. We know 3/9 can be simplified, so we're going to divide the numerator and the denominator by 3 to get 1 and 1/3. For 4, we have 11/15 plus 7/15, so we get 18/15 to start with. Then we take the improper fraction to a mixed number, and we get 1 and 3/15. Then we know we can simplify and divide 3 and 15 by 3. So we're going to divide them both, and we should get 1 and 1/5. For 5, we have 3/10 plus 1/10, which equals 4/10. And we know we can divide 4 and 10 by 2, so we're going to get 2/5. For 6, we have 19/25 plus 11/25, so that gets a 30/25. We know that's an improper fraction, so it can become a mixed number, so it becomes 1 and 5/25. And we know 5 can go into 5 and 25, so we're going to divide the numerator and the denominator by 5 and get 1 and 1/5. For number 7, we have 7 ninths plus 5 ninths, so that gets us 12 ninths. Which we know from doing problem 3 equals 1 and 3 ninths. And then we divide the numerator and the denominator by 3, and we get 1 and 1/3. Finally, for number 8, we have 31 35ths plus 19 35ths. So we're going to add 31 plus 19, and that gets us 50 35ths. And that's going to equal 1 and 15 35ths. And then we know we can divide 15 and 35 by 5. So we're going to do that, and we're going to end up with 1 and 3/7. All right, subtracting like denominators works very similar to adding, just doing a different operation. So step 1 is to subtract the numerators. Step 2, the denominators stay the same. And then step 3, reduce or simplify if necessary. So in example A, we have 4/5 minus 1/5. So 4 minus 1 is 3. The denominator stays the same. We get 3/5. In example B, we have 7 ninths minus 4 ninths. So we subtract 7 minus 4 is 3. The denominator stays the same. We get 3 ninths. We know we need to simplify, so we divide the numerator and the denominator by 3, and that gets us 1/3. All right, problems 1 through 6 here on subtracting. So number 1, they started for us. 14 15ths minus 4 15ths is 10 15ths. Now we need to simplify. We know 10 and 15 both divide by 5, so we're going to get 2/3. For number 2, we have 17 20ths minus 11 20ths. So 17 minus 11 gives us 6, and the denominator stays the same. Now we need to simplify. We can divide both 6 and 20 by 2, so we're going to do that and get 3/10. For number 3, we have 5/8 minus 3/8, so 5 minus 3 is 2. Denominator stays the same. Now we know we can simplify, so we're going to divide both of those by 2 and get 1/4. For number 4, we have 5/6 minus 1/6, which gets us 4/6. Then we know we can divide both the numerator and the denominator by 2, so we're going to do that and get 2/3. For 5, we have 5/18 minus 1/18, which gets us 4/18. Then to simplify, we're going to divide both of those by 2 and get 2/9. Number 6, we have 21 25ths minus 11 25ths. So that gets us 10 25ths. Then we're going to divide both the numerator and the denominator by 5 and get 2/5. Please make sure you have all of the work copied down and glue both pages in your math notebook.